Hey guys, it's Fatty-san, and for those of you who are very confused about what you're seeing on the video right now, this is my very first uploaded Wi-Fi battle off the DS. No, I do not have a capture card still. This is just me using my phone. Hopefully the quality comes out pretty good, but I was just fooling around, and I had this app downloaded, and I was waiting for a good time to use it, and I figured this would be the time. This guy comes at me with a pretty solid Ubers team. I mean, I know we all see the Yveltal, the Xerneas, and the Darkrai. I know. I'm not so sure about Zygarde. I don't know what tier he's in. I believe he's Ubers. Don't hold me to that. But I do know Keldeo and Latias are both OU. My team is a very mixed team with the Rotom Cut, which is RU, I believe. RU or NU. With the Latios, which is OU. Volcarona, which I think got bumped back up to OU. Scrafty, which is UU. The very annoying Gliscor, which is OU. And then Goodra, who I believe is still in UU. And I just figured, hey, this is a very, very good battle on my part. Let's just see what happens. So, my lead is going to be the Rotom, because it's Choice Scarfed. If the camera reoriented itself, maybe. There we go. So I use a Volt Switch on the Darkrai just to break any potential sash as I bring it back. And I figured, who's the least important? So I go out into my Sluties, which is my Goodra, to take the potential sleep. And he misses the Dark Void. I'm like, okay, I'm going to use Thunderbolt. Just to get some damage off. As he uses the Dark Pulse, he does not get the flinch, and my Thunderbolt easily takes out this Darkrai. So turn 2. I am in the lead with 6-5. He sends out the Xerneas, and I'm like, oh, what do I do here? It's a Xerneas, so I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to just take the Moonblast, because I can. Because I am Assault Vest. Use the Moonblast, and it does diddly. About half, and he gets special attack drop, and I'm like, god damn you, Xerneas. I use Sludge Bomb just to get some damage off, and that does a little under half, maybe a fourth. And I'm like, that would have been half if I still had the special attack, but whatever. So I switch out to my Volcarona, and I'm like, I can set up all over this thing. He goes for the Dazzling Gleam. Right there, I knew that I had this battle. I have leftovers on my Volcarona just to get some recovery. And so I could live more than two Stealth Rock switch ins. So then I go for the Quiver Dance just to get my stats up, as he goes for a Moonblast. Mind you, I have increased special defense now. I eat this up like dinner. I get my leftovers, and I'm like, I'm not going to get greedy. I'm just going to go straight for the Fiery Dance. My Fiery Dance does maybe a third to the Xerneas. Oh, no. Never mind. Different Pokemon. I almost knocks it out, which I was upset, and it had a Strish's Berry to bring back its health. So I'm just like, you son of a gun. I eat up another Moonblast. No special defense, no special attack fall this time. So I'm looking pretty good. I'm sitting there, and then I just go for another Fiery Dance, hoping to get the special attack raise as I take out the Xerneas. And guess what? That special attack boost is all mine. So now I'm sitting here like, I'm comfortable, I'm fine, there's nothing on his team that can touch me now. Because I'm all set. Now, like a moron, I didn't take a picture of his team. So he said, sorry about that, guys. My phone's kind of dumb. So yeah, I just took out his Keldeo with the Leaf Storm. And I'm thinking, pretty good, as he sends out the Yveltal. And this is where it gets bad. It takes a lot of stall to get through this. So I'm very sorry if you guys don't enjoy watching this. But just for future, letting you know. So I send in my Goodra, because I know I can take anything this thing wants to go for unless it's physical. Goes for an Oblivion Wing, and I eat it up. Like, eat it up. Then he goes for a Dragon Claw, and it finishes me off. And I'm just like, Gooey, take it. Enjoy it. So I'm all sitting here like, I got this. No, I don't. So I send in my Rotom, and I'm like, Volt Switch should do a ton, right? he's got the berry. So I'm just like, joy. Sorry if the video is moving a little bit. I'm just adjusting the camera. There we up. So yeah, I volt switch out into my Gliscor. And this is where the stall begins. He uses Oblivion Wing and it does a little less than half. So I'm like, I can live this. As long as he doesn't get a crit, I can live this. So I get poisoned by the Toxic Orb, and I go for my own Toxic just to get some residual damage on this Yveltal, right? I'm like, I'm fine. He uses Oblivion Wing, and I'm like, don't crit. Don't crit. Don't crit. Whew! Living with 5. Swag. Swag. Nah, I'm kidding. So I'm getting my poison heals up, and I'm just like, I got this. I have to roost. If I don't roost, I die. These next, like, 10 turns are like me roosting. Really not 10 turns, like 5. So I'm like, oh, Dark Pulse? You ain't doing nothing. I'm like, I can just, oh, brings me down to 9. Uh-oh. So I'm like, 31. That's pretty good. I'm just gonna go for Roost. Like, I should be fine, right? And then I'm like, okay, it's either this turn or the next turn. It's definitely next turn, so never mind. Uses Oblivion Wing, and I'm like, okay. I'm recovering more than Oblivion Wing is doing. So right here, I look at how much HP I have, and I'm like, okay, the Toxic Orb will bring me up about that high. And this was when I calculated and I said, I can create a substitute. Oh no, next turn, my bad. My bad. I'm jumping ahead of myself. So I roosted. Brought my HP up. He uses Oblivion Wing again. I think this was when I decided that if he crit me. Yes, I think. Is it now? Yeah. I was like, right there, I could create a substitute and stall this thing out, right? He crit me. Sorry about the timeline. I know I just had this battle, but I'm all giggly over it. So I'm just like, okay, keep stalling. I'm just going to go for Roost. Because I live with, like, I have 38 right there. So I Roost. He uses Oblivion Wing. Takes me down. I think this was right around here. I count how much HP it would take for me to set up a substitute. Just so he couldn't, because I didn't know that if you used Oblivion Wing on a substitute, you would get the HP. So, this turn, I decided to sub up, just so he could take some residual toxic damage. I lived the substitute process with 12. He uses Oblivion Wing. Enough said. The HP of the substitute is like 0 now. And I figure, well, now he can only get about a fourth of the recovery. So now he has less health. So I get my toxic heal, and I'm like, back to roosting. As that toxic damage is racking up, and that toxic damage makes all the difference. After this roost, I'm like, okay, 2 more roosts, and then I can sub again without a problem. He uses Oblivion Wing, and it crits me, and kills me. So I'm like, well, this is a problem. And I said, well, it all depends now how much damage he takes from Toxic, right? That Toxic brings his HP really far down. I'm like, well, Rotom did a pretty good amount of damage with his Volt Switch the first time. And that was with that berry. So I used Volt Switch again. It takes it out. I'm like, I wonder how much it would have taken from Volt Switch to begin with. Wonder how many turns I could have saved. That's fine. It don't matter. Just chill, Ryan, chill. Send in the Volcarona, and I'm like, okay, I can proceed to setting up on his team, because he's got nothing to stop me. He sends out Zygarde. Here we go again. And I'm like, I'm predicting an Earthquake really hard. Really hard. So I'm like, who do I want to go into? I almost clicked Latios, but I'm like, you know what? Go into Rotom. He uses Land's Wrath. Don't know what that does. I don't want to find out. So I use Leaf Storm, right? Leaf Storm does a hell of a lot. Over half. And I did some quick measuring and some math, and I'm like, okay, another Leaf Storm should take him out. I lived the Dragon Pulse, no problem. So I use another Leaf Storm. Min damage. He lives. I'm just like, crud. He uses Outrage, and I'm knocked out. So now it's coming down to this. I'm like, okay. Latios outspeeds. I have 3 more Pokemon. My other guys can take him out if I have to. I use Surf, because I couldn't remember his last guy, and I'm like, when in doubt, just Surf it out. Take out the Zygarde, and this was where my heart stopped. I saw Latios, and I'm like, oh, take him out with an Ice Beam. It was my strongest move. I do have Dragon Pulse, but I figured Ice Beam would just be better. He Mega Evolves. Mega Latios. I'm like, there's no way. I'm doomed. I'm doomed. I'm dead. I use Ice Beam. Obviously, this one was in attack and probably HP, because that thing took a hell of a lot. There must be no special defense in that Latias whatsoever. He uses Dragon Pulse, I live. That is what you call extra special defense EVs in your Latios people. Use another Ice Beam. There goes the Latias, and that is the game. That was against Idin. I don't know if you have a YouTube channel or not. Let me know. I can link you in the description. Very, very good battle. I thought I was going to lose big time, but hey, stuff changes. Well, guys, that's it for this episode, or this Wi-Fi battle. Sorry about the whole mix-up in the middle. I should fix that. I think I fixed it up for next time. But until next time, guys, stay fatty.